Alex's story really got me. So another thing that Zach Creggor talks about is that, unlike Eddington, which had a real social message, this movie is more of a personal letter or diary entry, as Zach Creggor put it. Is that when we get to Alex's story, Gladys arriving and seeing her looking sickly, but also seeing, the parents sort of frozen still and having to feed them cans of soup. That is something that Zach went through as a kid, with his father being an alcoholic and getting very sick. What is the deal here? Okay, we've lost lights, and I've almost electrocuted myself. It's not creepy at all when you're making a video about witches and stuff. But anyway, that turns out that entire story with Gladys and and feeding the parents soup, that's a personal diary entry into his life. And even the starting of the story with the missing kids, it's that Zach Creggor had lost a family member, and he just decided to start writing the story as a way to sort of deal with his grief. There was a interview I saw where someone tried to ask Zach Creggor, so what's the deeper meaning of the visuals of the movie? And he was like, well, there's no real deeper meaning here. This is just a sort of a personal story about stuff I went through, and also I wanted to make a fun ride that is full of the stuff I enjoy. And I thought that's such a wonderful answer. And seeing his interview again on the last podcast on the left show, or podcast, it's in the name, you look at this movie and there's a personal tale being told under the guise of fiction about the director. He's talking about his own life through the story of Alex and what he went through. That's why that particular section of the story, when we see Alex and Gladys coming over, the destruction of his family, and this really Gladys, it's like Gladys is the personification of the alcoholism in a bizarre kind of way.